Hi everyone, today is May 7th, 7th day of Cross Stitch Mania, and I am working on the epic Pokemon Cross Stitch. Today happens to be my cousin's birthday as well, so happy birthday to her. Yesterday was a playoffs game night actually, for basketball and hockey. I had done a poll on my Instagram to see who thought who was going to win. So last night, between the Bucks and the Celtics, the Bucks actually won. And then we had the Warriors versus the Rockets, and the Rockets won that one. And then for hockey, we had the Sharks versus Avalanche, and the Avalanche won that one. So it's a really interesting game night. Only one team that we wanted to win won, but that's okay. All three teams are still in the running, so we're okay there. Besides that, funny story, while watching one of the games, I happened to look outside my balcony window and we had seen two DEA officers come into our apartment complex. We don't know who they were looking for or anything like that, but it was really interesting to see them here. We usually just get like regular city police come up to deal with like regular disturbances, but that one was a new one for sure. Right here where I'm cross stitching at right now happens to be the top row of the second page, and if I can get this in the right, there we go, right section, that'd be helpful. So this row right here up to there marks the end of this page. So this is right here the end of page 2, which is awesome. Very excited that I can see the edge of this page. I figured today I can talk about the different cross stitch tools that I personally use. Don't use that many, but I will just answer a few questions that I found online about a cross stitch tag on tools that people use. So the type of floss brand that I use, those that don't know, these strings come in a pack that looks like this, and I use the brand DMC, and this happens to be a 6-thread skein, which means that one of these right here, one of these pieces has, we will focus, probably not, but one of these has 6 threads in it, and then it has the number right there. So I use this brand for all of my cross stitching. I haven't used any different brands before, not because I don't want to, but it's because I haven't had a need for it. All of the pieces that I use, sorry, I added a stitch right here. All of the patterns that I use call for DMC, and DMC is actually more readily available in my area, and I can get it at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, all the craft stores in my area. And it's versatile. If I happen to be traveling and I forget to bring a color that's called for, I know I can just stop at a store and find it there easily. The other another reason why I don't use specialty threads, is what they call them, oops, is because I don't have a project that's called for it yet. So, but I'm happy with DMC. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's affordable, and there's a variety of colors, and yeah, I just don't see any issue with it. So I use DMC floss. The types of tools that I use when working on a cross stitch project to mark the squares that I've been working on, I use Sharpie highlighters. And if I don't use Sharpie highlighters, I also use neon gel pens. So I have a few that I use. So there's, oops, it's upside down. This brand that I use, and this happens to be a purple one. I also use this brand I actually found at the Dollar Tree store. And it's a purple, pink. I have a blue, purple, and a green one. So I do use neon gel pens to mark where I've been cross stitching at. Sometimes what I do with my pattern is I'll highlight, especially with like the Disney Dreams ones, I'll highlight the area that I'm working on in yellow, and then I'll go over it in pink so that I know I've completed it. So I do that with that one. For this one, I really don't do any of that. I just mark it all with a green Sharpie. So those are the two that I use, either a Sharpie highlighter or a neon colored gel pen. I've tried using colored pencils. I know some people use colored pencils if they have a black and white pattern. My patterns are color coded. The reason why some people that I've seen that use colored pencils is they have a black and white pattern, and what they'll do is they'll fill in the pattern symbol with the color of the color pencil, and they'll use that as their guide. So as they cross stitch, they'll know I can only use this color, and this is how many of these boxes I need of that color. So I don't do that. I find it's a little bit more time consuming for me personally. So I just print out my pattern in color and highlight it with a gel pen or with a highlighter itself. So I do have, oops, this got all tangled in the back. And it didn't need to. So let's fix that now, shall we? It's from the front, yeah. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we'll just loop this way. Okay. And bring these this way. Now everything's getting knotted. Alright, here we go. I do have a favorite needle size. There we go. The needle sizes that are used are 24 and 26. The thing with cross stitching is the shorter, or the higher the number, the shorter the needle, and the smaller the eye of the needle gets as well. So I use 24 and 26, and my favorite. And I use DMC needles that I found at my local craft store. For fabric, I like 14 count, 16 count, and 18 count. And that just means how many, I believe that means how big these stitching squares are. Or how many, yeah, I think that's what it was. But that's that's the size that I like to work with on fabric. I don't have that much fabric. I basically just buy fabric when I work on a project. Other than that, I don't stockpile on it. I know some people do. I don't. Sorry, just counting to make sure I have them in the right spots. Yeah, I don't hoard fabric. I just buy it as I need it. I do have fabric though that I found at my local thrift store. There's fabric that I've bought and I have like leftover pieces. So there's that, but I don't buy fabric and just keep it here like expensive fabric. I buy my fabric from, again, craft stores, or if I'm visiting my mom and who lives in Arizona, there is a cross stitch shop there called the Needle in the Attic, I believe. And I've actually purchased my very first fabric there, and that was for the Cinderella Dreams back in 2017. So that's the only specialty fabric that I bought from there. Other than that, I haven't bought any. This fabric in particular I bought from Michael's, and I don't have any problems with it. I know some people don't like working with Aida because they say it's too stiff. I usually don't have an issue with it because it's a big piece. A lot of the fabric gets scrunched up anyway, so it becomes more pliable. And since this is a full coverage piece, I personally don't see the need to spend money on fancy fabric, since no fabric is going to be visible once it's complete. Some people like to buy the little more expensive fabric. I don't, not for anything that's not going to be exposed and once the final project is complete. So I don't worry about that. Both of my pieces are actually going to be full coverage pieces. So that's, I'm thinking back now, I should have got regular Aida for the Disney Dreams one as well, but lesson learned. Now I know for next time, if I have a project where the fabric will be showing, I can go ahead and buy a specialty one, a colored one. They sell Aida fabric, or any cross stitch fabric for that matter, that has sparkle, it's dyed, it has a sheen of some kind. So I might do that in the future, but as of right now, I don't have any plans for specialty cross stitch fabric. I'm so glad that this is the end of this page right here. I feel like I've gotten a lot done with this particular piece, even though it might not look like it, but I'm glad this is the end right here. So that just tells me I have about that much left. And then this piece will be done, then I can just go down here. But I am excited for that. I have been working on the Disney Dreams one as well. A lot of the confetti is almost done, which I'm glad. I do have a subscriber named Lisa. Hi Lisa, thank you for being a subscriber, who is also working on the epic Pokemon cross stitch pattern. She had written in one of my comments that, or one of the videos, she had commented on saying that she has been working on hers on and off for the past 3 years, and I'm excited to see what hers is going to look like once it's done. I'm pretty sure she'll have it done in no time. And there's no rush in working on these. I know some people feel like they have to rush on these, and they don't. Cross stitching is meant to be fun, unless it's your full-time job. Then yeah, I would say you do have to be a fast cross stitcher, unless you are also making something for a gift. In my case, this is going to be a Christmas gift, so I do have a deadline, but nothing that's going to be like, oh, I have to finish it by next week. I have a few months to go, but I do want to finish it before then. And I think I can. I think I'm on a good schedule so far. So far, so good, I would say. Making sure I'm in the right spot. Yes. Okay. Have you guys worked on any large pieces before? What large pieces have you guys done? I would like to know, how long did it take for you to complete a large piece? There's another YouTuber. Her name is Cassie, and she does YouTube videos. Oops, I think I almost went the wrong way. Double check. One more over. Okay. She does YouTube videos about beauty and clothes, and her YouTube channel is Thrift Chick or Thriftic, and I follow her on Instagram, and she has done this pattern herself. She posted a finished photo of her holding it on Instagram, and it came out really nice. I don't know how long it took her to do it, but she has a finished photo on her Instagram page of her holding this piece. And it looked really nice. I know she did I believe, I don't remember the name of the video, but I remember watching one of her vlog videos that she had done a while back, and she had inserted a small snippet of her cross-stitching the Epic Pokemon went by hand, so she didn't have a hoop or a Q-snap or anything like that to aid in holding the fabric. She did it all in hand, which is pretty awesome. I couldn't do it. I like the tautness, making sure that this isn't floppy like this. But it came out really nice. I liked seeing her finished product. I know there's other people that are also working on this piece, and I just searched the hashtag Epic Pokemon Cross Stitch on Instagram and seeing everyone's progress on their pieces, how it's coming along. So, if you guys want to see her picture, you guys can always check that out on Instagram. So I'm actually going to mark this right here real quick while I mark off my page so I know where I'm at. Let's see. And I just use a regular Sharpie. I use one of these Big Markets. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's just a neon green one. Nothing special. And that helps me know where I am cross-stitching next. And for this piece, like I had mentioned, I am substituting a light blue for the black, just so that the colors can pop. So that is what I'm doing for this one. So there will be more black on the background than anything else, which is fine with me. I want the colors to pop out on these, and I don't want everything to look metalled or just like I don't know, I didn't like the way it looked with that blue. And it wasn't an ugly blue, it was more like a sky gray blue, but I prefer the black. I hope you guys are not finding my nail polish to be distracting. I wanted to try something new. It is a bright yellow with some glitter on it. I just wanted to try something different. It is spring after all, so I can be playful with the colors on my nails. Did any of you guys watch the games last night? Did any of your predictions on who you thought would win, did they win? I know when I did the Instagram poll on who thought which teams would win, it was 50-50 on all of them. So there wasn't any team that had more votes than the other. So we can't wait. I think tomorrow they're playing again. I'll have to double check the schedule. If they are, filming schedule would be for playoff game nights anyway. The video will go up earlier in the day than it would how I usually post it later in the evening. Have you guys also seen any other cross stitchers doing floss tube? For Stitch Mania, I know this is just day 7. There are a few that have their videos up already. You guys should check them out. Let me know if you guys see anybody new or interesting that I should be following as well. I would like to see more videos and see what they're cross stitching and everything like that. I'm really excited. This is the end of this page. So all this section that I'm currently stitching in black originally should have been that sky blue. But it's not. And I'm okay with it. I'm almost done with this thread, and I think what I'm going to do is once this section is done, that's where we're going to end the video at today. So, almost done with this section. So this curve that you guys see in white happens to be this character's tail. And that's full of purples, which happens to be my favorite color. I actually like plum purple more than anything else. Do you guys think I can make it to the end with this piece of thread? Let's see. Let's see how far I can get. I think I can get pretty close. Only 2 stitches. Well, one after this one. Nope, I think I can. I think I can. Yay! Okay, we did it. So that's was a perfect length. And then I'm just going to push it through here. And then what's going to happen is, as I continue to cross stitch this area, this thread will be anchored on the back, and then I can just snip this off, and that's it. Well, thank you guys for spending time with me today and for seeing me cross stitch to literally the end of this page. This is a fourth of a piece done from page 2. I'm very excited that now I can see that this is where I'm ending at. The plan for this is I want to get more of that black done right here. That way I just have the purple to fill up, and then I can just continue going down from here. Thank you for spending time with me today and for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys are thinking so far of Stitch Mania. And I look forward to speaking with you guys again tomorrow.